and let's go for another neighborhood tour. So now we're on our way to an awesome new and ongoing development in St. George, Utah. This development is going to be happening over the next 20 years. At least that's what the plans are. They're, I feel like, almost done with phase one. There's 3 different phases, but it is an awesome development. We actually wish we had known about it when we first moved out here, but when we saw it, we didn't really give it much consideration at the time.
Yeah, because it's literally the first exit into Utah. Actually, if you're going northbound on the 15 freeway, it's the first, so it's Southern Parkway is the actual exit. So it's literally the first ones you're going, oh, is that too far away from things? Yeah. Like, there's not much infrastructure here. So it's kind of one of those things where you're like, oh, I want to be closer to town or whatever. Yeah. So that's kind of what our initial perception was. And we kind of, again, regret not giving it further consideration or more consideration than we did, basically.
Yeah, and if you want to know how far are you to the city center, you know, downtown, depending on where you are in Desert Color, about...
You already told them.
Oh,
great. Spoiler.
Yeah, you're about, I don't know, 12 minutes to downtown. So, yeah, so what we're going to be showing you is Desert Color, which is a fantastic development here in St. George, Utah. And actually, later on in this video, I'll give you a link because we have done some pretty awesome home tours of Desert Color. So we'll link to those at the end of this video. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and again, so this is Southern Parkway. So this is, again, the first exit into Utah if you're going northbound on the 15 freeway. And it's kind of crazy how this is developing. At first, again, when we first came out here, which wasn't like that long ago. Yeah. But it's just like, you know, so much has even changed from then because this is a mega development. It's probably, this is the mega development, I would say, in all of the southern Utah area. Like, this is going to be, when everything's said and done, this is going to be about 40,000 residents are going to, like, more or less.
I thought it was 40,000 units.
No. I think it's like 11,000 again, which is still huge because, again, the whole southern Utah is about 200,000 people, give or take. So this is like 1/5 of that population. Yeah, so you can see the little obelisk to the left, Desert Color, that's how you know. And then to the right of us is Hot Shots. Hot Shots Golf. So that's a fun little thing to do. They have, you know, it's more like you can be a serious golfer as well as a non-serious golfer to go to Hot Shots Golf. And they have pretty good food too, so. So before we continue, let's introduce ourselves. I'm Sean Azad.
And I'm Courtney Azad, and we are licensed real estate agents here in the state of Utah.
And if you're watching this channel, you might be thinking, wow, Sean, I love St. George. I love the Red Rocks. I love the energy of the area. I can't wait to move out here now. The problem is I'm not local. I may be even out of state, so I don't know what to do. And I totally get that. That's why you need to reach out to us so we can have that conversation, really figure out what you're looking for and be your boots on the ground. And our team has over 40 years of experience here in St. George itself. And so someone's always available for you to take you and show you those properties, or, you know, even before you come out here, we can do virtual tours of not just the properties, but the neighborhoods as well. So we can be your boots on the ground. So what you want to do is you want to give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country.
Yeah, the one thing that Desert Color doesn't offer, and I guess, you know, it's a pro or a con depending on how you look at it, is that they don't have actually a golf course. Yeah. Which is highly, you know, it's almost like highly unusual within any large development in the St. George area is to not have a golf course, but they decided to go this route where we're not going to give you a golf course, but we're going to give you some amazing water features. Like, they have this huge lagoon. That's going to be one of several, ultimately, at the end of the day, that's going to be actually available here, which I think is nice. It's a nice little change of place. It's actually more, and it's way more sustainable this way.
Yeah. Actually, that's one of the reasons that they decided to do it that way, to have this big lagoon as opposed to a golf course, is it was much more water conservation. So they're very serious about water conservation here. If you go into, you know, the homeowners association, you can see all of the things that they're doing to conserve water. So, you know, obviously that's a big topic for everybody. So they are being, you know, they are thinking about it. They're not just, you know, wasting all of this water.
Yeah, it's like way lower too. I think it's like again, I could be wrong, but it's something like 40% less water usage here than a typical development because, again, they don't have the golf courses. They also have the desert scape where they're very responsible with how they're dealing with the foliage and the just landscaping here. Where, and again, and it's weird because you're going, okay, well, there's this huge lagoon, so that must be wasting a lot of water. It's really not. And
no, because they're reusing a lot of it.
Yes, exactly. And also another thing about Desert Color is that as we're actually going down this road, so we're on Lagoon Parkway. So on one side of the road, you actually have nightly rentals. So it's zone nightly rentals. And then the other side is long-term, you know, like residents, right? So like, So
we're in the nightly rentals part. We're heading into it right now.
Yeah. And actually it's really funny here because, so this is nightly rentals. So these are basically businesses. So you're buying like, again, you know, like resort business type things. And some of these homes can be $5 million because it's actually, you're buying effectively a motel.
So sorry about that technical difficulty. So we're still in the vacation area. So as Sean was saying, yeah, there are some of these as we're actually heading towards them that are, you know, $4 or $5 million, maybe even more this year. We'll see at the Parade of Homes. But obviously, you know, you can also buy like a condo or, you know, a townhome, right? In terms of the vacation rental area. For sure.
So like you don't have to get much more modest, much more reasonable. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can't, if you want to go big and have like a legit motel business going, you can actually live by a turnkey situation, basically.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we will be doing a lot of Parade of Home videos. If you don't know what that is, that's like a fun week here in the St. George area where you get to see some really high-end homes. You get to see what are all the builders doing, what are the new trends. It's really fun, actually. So
yeah, and we're going to be having a Parade of Homes like it pretty soon. And also, what we should also mention is that we're already talking about how St. George offers this, in here you have the nightly rentals and stuff. So people kind of get a little confused. They're going, okay, well, I'm in Utah. You know, this is my land. I can do what I want with it. And it's yes and no, like to an extent. So one, there's lots of HOAs. Second, which they'll have their own restrictions in themselves, but also St. George, because let's be real, a lot of homeowners don't want nightly rentals. It's like,
next
you don't know,
to them.
Yeah, right next to them. So they're pretty strict about it, actually. So you kind of have to be zoned for vacation rentals. So if you're interested in only a vacation rental possibility, you got to reach out to us because basically, obviously, so for nightly rentals, there's particular pockets here. Otherwise, again, it's more longer term rentals otherwise. And that's for the vast majority of the St. George area for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly the vast majority of the United States.
Yes, exactly.
Like, I would say it's very rare to find an area that's like Airbnb friendly, to be honest with you.
Yes, exactly. And so now we're in the more long term. These are like where people would, owner occupied would be, or you're doing, again, longer term rentals. So you have,
this is residential.
Yeah, this is purely residential. This is not zoned for nightly rentals. And what I like about Desert Color, what we kind of have to offer here, there's a bunch of different developers and builders here. It's not just one cookie cutter set of model homes that they're kind of doing or floor plans. It's a bunch of different types of styles, sizes, views, you have a lot of variety here.
Yeah, like you get the farmhouses and you have some more like Adobe ones. I think they've done a really good job of making everything be individual and unique. And I mean, it's obviously master planned, but
so unique.
Sean makes fun of me because of that, but never.
It's a tick.
So unique is technically incorrect, but whatever. Whatever.
Yes, and then you'll have homes with 3-car garages, 2-car garages. You have townhomes, you have condos.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of what you have here are single-family residences.
Yeah, and as we said, stay tuned till the end because we have actually done tours of some of the smaller homes as well as some of the big multi-million-dollar, vacation homes that are here. So stay tuned for that at the end. I will link to that. So.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people do get a little confused, just the scale of Desert Color because it is a huge development. Again, a huge and varied development. And again, I love the fact that we're not that far away. It feels like, because you're the first exit, right? So again, this is what dissuaded us from here right off the bat, which we really should have given more consideration towards. But what we found was that, wow, the place actually, it's pretty convenient, pretty nice.
Yeah, and there is actually an actual public school here as well. It's a charter school that's actually in the actual residences. It's in the neighborhood. But then as well as that, there is actually an elementary school about 10 minutes down the road. You don't have to go down on the freeway. And that one actually offers Mandarin immersion. So immersion programs are very popular here in terms of Spanish, Mandarin, and Portuguese. So that's another option. So you have lots of good options for that as well. Education is covered if you are coming here with a family.
Yeah, and also realize we're very still early, or these are the early innings in this whole development. So there's going to be a lot more built here. Obviously, there's still, I mean, there's a good amount that have already been built, but it's going to be way bigger. Again, there's one lagoon, there's pools sprinkled throughout, there's like pickleball courts, there's like parks and stuff like that, but there's going to be multiple lagoons, and these lagoons are big, right? So it's actually, you know, it's really cool, like, you know, what they have going on. But yeah, as you can see, there's building ongoing as we speak.
Yeah, and then in terms of like right next to you, in terms of grocery stores and stuff, at this moment there isn't anything, but it's being built as we speak. So yeah, that's another thing. You know, there will be a grocery store very, very close to here very soon. Yeah,
and being real, that was one of the turnoffs for us too. Is that first exit, it didn't feel like it was ready for prime time yet, because the Southern Parkway exit to the left looked like it was almost like a truck stop kind of thing. It didn't really feel like it just felt a little bit off. But actually, where they're going to actually be building a big like strip mall
grocery store,
where I think it's going to be Smith's there, which is Kroger. So I mean, depending on where you are in the country, they have Kroger kind of rebrand itself different names. So if you're in California, it's Ralph's, but it's Kroger. You know, so Kroger is huge, and that's going to be a store there that's nice. There's a Walmart actually just the next exit over, what also offers groceries and obviously Walmart stuff. So you have a lot of options. Again, fortunately, this is all like kind of happening as we speak.
Yeah, and then just to the left of us, there's some townhomes. So depending on what your budget is, they obviously have single family residences here. They do have townhomes. They do have condominiums as well. But the one thing the negative that I'd say about at least of the condos that they have at this time that are built is that they don't have an elevator, which I actually thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and again, it's just one of those, and again, maybe that's just that one, right? Yeah. But yeah, we've spent time with the sales reps here, and it's fascinating how, again, they've been very thoughtful, because you think, okay, obviously St. George is a dry climate that, you know, again, they're very just good about their water conservation, and it just feels like it's very sustainable. Again, if you look around, again, they did a nice job with the landscape where it doesn't feel like they didn't do anything. It actually looks it's very tastefully done.
I think that the desert landscaping they've done is very beautiful. Yeah. Actually, I think they do a great job with like the different colored rocks and everything like that.
And you can get some homes with views too, like, you know, so you do have like some options from that perspective as well. So there's, you know, again, depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking for views, if you're looking for large backyards, some of these backyards are actually pretty good size, private backyards. But again, there's so much variation here. And of course, this isn't the only development, but this is the mega of mega developments here. Like this is, you know, again, it's going to be ongoing for like the next 2 decades, basically.
Yeah. And just in case, so nobody's confused, the only people that can use the facilities, use the amenities, are the people who live here, and then they do get some guest passes. So it's not like anyone can just go and use it up. So
for sure.
And then as we're driving through, you can see Pine Mountain in the distance. You can see the pretty red rocks. So that's just, you know, a nice part about this area. Well, the whole southern Utah, right? Like,
yeah, it does feel like the whole Field of Dreams thing, like if you build it, he will come kind of thing, where they're building all this stuff, but they don't actually have the infrastructure yet at the moment, but it's happening imminently. Like there's going to be, again, grocery stores, there's going to be strip malls here. Like they just built the Hot Shots like not that long ago, like the Hot Shots Golf. So you have a lot of things coming down the pike. It's just that it's obviously not here yet, but again, very, very soon.
Oh, and here to our left, those are the condominiums that we were talking about. So that's what they have as of right now. But like we were saying, this is phase 1. So
yeah, so basically what you have here is condos, townhomes, single-family residences, larger single-family residences. That's on the long-term residence side. And then on top of that, you have the vacation rental side, the nightly rental, where you can have condos, you can have also houses and mega houses.
Yeah, and then the school that I was talking about, Freedom Preparatory Academy, that's just to the right of us right here. So
yeah, so you have, I mean, it's interesting when one area has so much variety of types of homes. Like, like right here. It's kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah.
And as we exit, so we're actually like leaving Desert Color here. What you'll see is that, I mean, off in the distance where that white truck is going, that's Southern Parkway, and that will lead you, the direction that they're going will lead you actually to St. George Regional Airport. So you're actually only like a few minutes, probably 5 or so minutes away from like the airport there, which is nice. So you have that option too. And remember, we are licensed realtors here in the state of Utah, so as much as we love making these videos, what we love more is to help you with your real estate needs. So whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, what you want to do is when you give us a call or shoot us a text.
Yes, that number is a cell phone, so you can call us or text us, or you can use WhatsApp if you're outside the country.